The rhythm game Osu has been out for over a decade now, with millions of players, new and old, actively playing and learning the game. Some play for enjoying the music, some play for fun, but then there's also those who take the game to a competitive level. Osu Mania is a very popular game mode out of the four, as it represents the VSRG scene, otherwise known as vertical scroll rhythm games. Throughout the years, the top 10 leaderboards have been dominated by the South Koreans, some of which have come and gone, and some of which are still here to this day. However, the 7th of February 2021, this day marks one of the darkest days the Osu Mania community has seen, involving one of the best players in the world. This is the rise and fall of WindyS. Not much of Windy is actually known, as he tends to keep his personal life private. His online personality within the O2 Jam scene was where he began. Windy started playing O2 Jam in mid-2010. Learning the game came like second nature, as he was able to set insane scores, such as a clear on Freedom Dive The World,
뭐야? 와, 정복했다. 이제 안 해. 이제 오투님 정복했다.
To this day, Windy stands at the number 3 spot on the O2 Jam leaderboards. Windy eventually discovered the game Osu in May of 2015 and showed a large presence as he shot up in the overall rankings. He participated in the 4-key MWC in 2016 and the 7-key MWC in 2017, representing Team South Korea.
Need right now to just secure this victory, and Windy just going absolutely nuts, dropping near the very end there with a 99.64%, out beating what our map pool selector said. Oh wait, it might be right on. Oh no, it's a little bit under with a 99.40. Absolutely crazy. That is going to be this tournament, guys. South Korea is our Osu Mania 7-key 2017 champions. They definitely deserved it. What incredible monstrous plays that we see here.
He even went on to compete in a 1v1 against another legend in the Osu community, JH Lee 0133.
Judy, you fuck!
And actually go on to defeat him, proving himself to be a worthy contender of the best player in the world. First off, let's analyze Windy's skill set. His main strength is his long note ability. He's arguably considered to be one of, if not, the best 7-key long note player in the world. However, his stamina and speed are not to be forgotten, as he is a monster in pretty much every category he plays. There isn't much info to analyze, as Windy's Osu profile is now restricted. However, there are still several clips of his gameplay up on sites such as Bilibili and YouTube. Plays such as Cheshire's Dance World's First S Rank, the 7-key long note Zenith Dan Pass, and he even went on to set the Mania PP record of 1,424 PP on the map Monochrome and Vivid with DT. Windy wasn't really involved in the Osu Mania community. Rather, he tended to stay away from it. He started to play Osu less and less and focused more on O2 Jam, where he felt more comfortable, only rarely logging into Osu to set some scores and disappear again for a few months. Within days of Windy setting the new PP record, people flooded Windy's social media accounts, harassing him with questions such as, "When will you snipe Jakads? When will you take number 1? Can you PP farm? Can you DT this new PP map?" He grew tired of these messages and eventually reached his breaking point, where he ended up disabling people from messaging him and went offline from his main account forever. Now that we're up to date, let's move on to what happened on February 6th and 7th. Windy felt the urge to return to Osu, but didn't want to go back on his main account, which resulted in a friend lending an account to Windy to play on. Everything was going fine, until Windy decided to start up his livestream on Twitch. No footage from the livestream was recorded, as Windy has his Twitch VODs disabled. Although, Windy was only playing unranked maps, he started gaining large amounts of viewers, as this was one of the rare occasions where Windy actually plays Osu. Eventually, Windy's account got reported, resulting in Windy getting restricted. Windy was annoyed at this, since in his eyes he was doing nothing wrong, and that's when he ended the stream to never open Osu again. Is what we thought would have happened. The next day, Windy started his stream up again, but something was different. Windy booted up his stream with his intention of banning accounts of those who were also sick of Osu Mania. People would donate a certain amount to Windy with their Osu login details, and Windy would log in and play on their account with the intention of getting them banned. You could probably guess what happened next. Very famous players such as number 3 at the time, Delay, Jip 05040, the number 5 player at the time. B-Hop Fury, who was a talented longnet player who also played in the MWC 2020.
Yeah, it's getting smaller and smaller.
The accuracy for South Korea is starting to negate that miss difference.
Oh my god, so close. And we're coming to the last section.
And the last section has a very high miss potential. If anyone misses here, the game is just over.
And now, let's see, South Korea has a small advantage, but will they miss?
200's being dropped. by Bueno and Boji, but it looks like everyone's managed to hold on full combo.
Oh,
And it looks
wow.
like South Korea managed to just steal that point away at the end just with the accuracy.
Despite Philippines having 3 full combos and then basically insane score from Chuck, that's still not enough.
And many others who submitted their accounts to Windy, himself included, were banned. Many people in the community were very disappointed, myself included, as they watched their idol throw away everything they've done, all the while taking other extremely talented players with him. A few hours after the stream had ended, Windy felt guilty, and posted an apology note on his YouTube community tab. His apology note reads, "I'm sincerely sorry for all Korean and overseas users and viewers for my actions and statements made on my Twitch stream on February 6th and 7th. Even though I got permission of the account owners, it was clearly against the rules to play and boost the ranks of other accounts, and the fact that none other than I did it on a well-known public live streaming platform makes it even worse. It was purely for entertainment purposes, not on the expression of discontent against the game system. I believe I started it because the game lacks contents to keep the viewers entertained, and I wanted to provide them more. While I was streaming, I considered this to be entertaining for majority of the viewers, and I wasn't aware of how much people were disturbed by this. Only seeing my fans' reaction on stream, I didn't consider how my actions and statements can disturb other users." After posting this apology letter, Windy came to a conclusion. "My YouTube channel will be removed in 2 to 3 days with all my videos gone. Having done the things I've already done, I don't think I will ever play again publicly in front of people. I'll be cancelling my Twitch partnership to remove the account O2 Windy entirely, and I'll be only touching the game once in a while. No excuses have to be made, it is all my fault. Thanks for reading." So that concludes Windy's journey in Osu. It seems he has grown tired of the game and planning to move on to other things. However, this may not be the last you see of Windy, as he states that he will eventually return to Osu. But until then, if you enjoy these type of commentary videos, a like would be appreciated, and let me know in the comments if I missed anything. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do a commentary type video like this, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.